spirit sails. Every mark on this earth tells a tale. Every day that goes by without ever asking why, you believe in your dreams. Close your eyes and believe in magic as I hold your hand. Close your eyes, believe in magic. 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 Believe in magic.
Hello to everyone around the globe. Today is Tuesday, February 5th, 2019. Welcome to Angel Navigation. I'm your host, Dianne Morgan, and you are now listening to International Angels Network. And I'm coming to you live from Texas. The angels have called me a mystic intuitive, which encompasses many modalities. I'm a certified spiritual teacher and a life coach, certified energy healer, an angel intuitive, an angel therapy practitioner, and I'm also a published author, plus I do many, many other things. And I'd really like to take a minute to give a big thank you to Charles Virtue, who announced this weekend that he would be happy to add those of us who studied under Doreen to his practitioners list on his website. Just email him your certifications, and it will be taken care of. So I wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get started with a prayer, and then we'll discuss our topic, and then a wonderful meditation with Archangel Michael. So thank you for joining me today. I'm glad that you're here. And the prayer that we're going to start with is out of 365 Days of Prayers, and this particular one is by Emily Rivera. And it's called Affirmation Prayer. Dear God, Source, Creator, I invite the love, light, joy, wisdom, and peace within and all around me to expand with grace and ease. I welcome and accept the support of the angels that guide my spirit with love. May their wings carry me into a state of clarity, abundance, and harmony everywhere I go, in everything I do, and with everyone I greet. May the light, presence, and reality always reflect their angelic truth and divine love. In this moment and in all the moments ahead, I say yes to the expansion of my soul. In much gratitude, amen, and so it is. And again, thank you all for listening. I'm glad that you're here. And at International Angels Network, we're the network that loves to discuss celestial beings, angels, of course, but also energy healing, signs from spirit, fairies, dragons, light language, our divine creator, and so much more. And we just love to explore all things spiritual, metaphysical, and mystical. Plus, we love introducing spiritual entrepreneurs. Now, International Angels Network is dedicated to helping spiritual entrepreneurs, and we invite you to take a look at our Spiritual Entrepreneurs Membership Program under the Membership tab at www.internationalangelsnetwork.com/membership. Now, through the membership, we provide one-on-one help with tips to help you create and expand your spiritual business. And plus, you're on the IAN. You have an IAN web page. I'll get this out in a minute. And listing in the IAN directory. We advertise your business and much more. So we offer ongoing support, coaching, and mentoring for all spiritual entrepreneurs worldwide, not just angel practitioners. And if you're searching for a spiritual practitioner, we invite you to check out the IAN directory for readings, energy healing, teachers, mentors, coaches, even metaphysical online stores, all for the mind, body, and spirit. Now, with today's technology, it makes it possible for you to work with anyone in the directory. So take a look at it at www.internationalangelsnetwork.com/directory for the listing of practitioners. Now, our live shows are brought to you by Audible by Amazon, and Audible offers over 425,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. And you can get a free audiobook downloaded today with a 30-day free trial, and you can cancel it at any time, and you get to keep the free book if you go to www.audibletrial.com/International Angels, which in turn helps support our online network, and for that we are grateful. And we'd also like to take a minute to thank Sunday Sturgeon, founder and CEO of Holistic Light Rejuvenation Center, and our network sponsor. And you can find out all about this nonprofit on our website. And also tonight's show is sponsored by www.uniteinthelight.com, where myself and our Saturday London host, Susie Parrott, have joined together with the guidance of the angels, and we're so excited to offer 2-hour mini classes on how to connect with angels. We have a couple of classes on that encompass 16 archangels and working with them, and then also a class on working your own divine magic. And each class is for the low price of $33. You can go to www.uniteinthelight.com and check those out. And when you purchase it, then you become a member of the website, and so then you can watch the videos at your leisure as many times as you would like. And there's some wonderful exercises and meditations included in there. So we invite you to visit the website and start your connection with the angels today. So if this is your first time listening, we're a live call-in show. And the last half of the show, I'll be taking your calls at 1-516-453-9162. We'll be doing some angel guidance mini readings and questions on tonight's topic. Be sure and press 1 to get in the queue. And you might want to write the number down or put it in your cell phone somewhere where you can find it, because it's the same for all of our shows. And we have shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and a monthly show on Sunday. So you might want to keep that number handy. It's 1-516-453-9162. And there are several ways to call in. If you're listening on Blog Talk, you can Skype into the show for free from anywhere. When we're live on air, just press the Skype icon. And then also, we're live on YouTube. And if you can subscribe to our channel by pressing the bell icon. You'll see an icon on there, the shape of a bell. And you press that, and that will give you reminders when all of our different shows are coming on. And then plus, when we get 100 YouTube subscribers, since this is new for us, we're going to be, when we get 100 YouTube subscribers, we will be doing random drawings for exciting prizes. Plus, on Blog Talk and YouTube, you can join us in the chat room while we're live on air, and we do answer your questions and pull cards from the chat room. Excuse me. Also, if you go to our Facebook page, that's our fan page, and you like the page, and you can listen to the show there and connect with us there when we're live on air. And then also on our website, you just click the call button, and when we're live, it connects you directly to the show. But whichever way you choose to call, be sure and press 1 with your questions. And then you never have to miss any of our shows. You can catch us live. You can listen to us on iTunes as well. And we're available on TuneIn Radio and MyTuner Radio, which means you can listen to our shows on Amazon Alexa, Apple TV, Roku TV, and other smart TV devices, plus even your Apple Watch and your car audio system. So there's so many ways to listen to us, and then we're also on other platforms. We're on Blueberry, Stitchers, Player FM, Google Play Music, Podbean, and many others. So there's all kinds of ways that you can find us. Excuse me just one moment. All right. So on this show, the angels guided me to discuss the history of the mystical or the mystic intuitive. You know, the angels call me a mystic intuitive, and this was relayed to me during my energy healing studies some years back. And last week I shared with you how the angels led me to energy healing. So this week I wanted to talk a little about the mystic intuitive. And I hope to answer for you what exactly a mystic intuitive is. You know, my first thought was, okay, a mystic. Yes, I believe in the unseen. And, yeah, I'm intuitive, which, you know, I believe we all are. However, me being me, this led me to read and to understand being raised in a Christian faith, to understand exactly what it meant for me so that I would have a better understanding of who I am. So in truth, I understand there have been mystics through the ages in all religions. You know, from the beginning, mystics played a major role in all religions, giving a balance of mystical as well as religious aspects. And an unknown Christian mystic going by the name of Dianne wrote several highly influential works in the 4th and 5th century, including the Celestial Hierarchy, which is still referred to today. And from the beginning, genuine teachings of the angels were taught in sacred mystery schools for those that were awakened and aware. And in the early years, the attempts to share this knowledge to a wider audience were many times suppressed and even misunderstood. Now, it makes me think that's why the angels began to make themselves known to us directly in this age. And some religions have kept the mystic practices and others haven't. Being raised in the Christian faith, I wanted to share with you what I discovered, and as with everything, it's open to your interpretation, but this is my interpretation. Now, in my studies, I learned that Christian mystics emphasize the ideas of direct knowing, which I understand for me means claircognizance. And they taught that everyone could have a direct personal experience with the divine and celestial ones without the intervention of a church or a clergyman. Now, the mystics emphasized that the days of the prophet were not numbered or delegated to a certain few or only given to a certain religious group. Well, this in turn meant there would be those that had the knowing throughout all time. As many of you, I've been claircognizant all of my life, but it wasn't until the angels described me as a mystic that I began to study and understand who I was. The writings also say that these abilities were potentially open to those who took the time to gain the knowledge it took to awaken to such inner knowing. Well, now the definition of esoteric was written as such: intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. Well, this definition, every time I read it, it didn't resonate with me, because I believe that we all have the same abilities. I believe that anyone can tap into this knowing. So I couldn't understand why it would only be given to a small group of people. So when I began teaching, Archangel Metatron asked me to teach on esoteric wisdom. And I agreed with the understanding that he explained it to me, because the definition of man did not resonate as truth to me. His answer was very simplistic, And I want to tell you, it resonated deep within me. His words were, esoteric wisdom is the wisdom your soul came in knowing. The journey is to find that wisdom. Sadly, few will take the journey. Now, this was a similar definition of a mystic, the same meaning as the statement, these abilities were potentially open to those who took the time to gain the knowledge it took to awaken to such inner knowing. And over the years, more and more are awakening to their spiritual gifts, awakening to their inner knowing. So in turn, the vibration of our planet has risen, reminding me of another statement that Metatron shared, which said, you will all get there, some kicking and screaming and some going willingly. So deep within, I feel there has been a lot of misunderstanding through the years. And those of us that have heard and followed the call of the inner knowing continue to be misunderstood and outcast because we don't follow the thought process of the masses. But I do see this slowly changing. And at first I felt the need to respond and to defend myself when others questioned my beliefs. But instead, I lovingly heard, let it be. And I voiced my thoughts to Spirit. The angels and I had several very long conversations. And their loving guidance was this. When you get upset and respond to someone's comments, you are merely fueling the flame of lower energy and creating more negative energy around your beliefs. And there have been many since the beginning of time that have spoken out against the mystics. The best response is to send love and bless them. This is the true nature of a light worker. So what resonates with you in your truth, it won't be everybody's truth. But when it's your truth, the ego no longer rules. You don't feel you need to defend it. When you are true to what your heart tells you and stand in your authenticity, then you understand the mystic's response is to send love and continue your mission. Now, I've dedicated my show as a platform to teach and create awareness, and I don't try to sway or convince anyone to change their beliefs, as I feel it's got to resonate in your heart. I am a mystic intuitive, but what does that mean to me, for me? You know, I had a man tell me one time that I was New Age, and I had to politely say that I believe in God and Christ, and if I'm not mistaken, that's very old age. You see, I've understood for many, many years that my interpretation was not the same as others. And I've always questioned man's interpretation of the teachings. And for many years of my life, I didn't understand where I fit. I mean, I believed in the higher power that I know as God, but growing up in a Christian faith, I didn't understand how we were made from God, but yet He lived outside of us. And I accepted the Christ in my life at the age of 9, but not because it was required by the church, but because I felt Him in my heart, and I wanted Him in my life. However, I left the church in my early teens because I knew in my being that I didn't believe all the teachings. I knew I could talk to God and hear God without a minister to explain to me what God meant or wanted me to know. And I also questioned at the same time how a 2,000-year-old doctrine could apply to the evolved modern man. Now, I knew in my every being that God loved me and accepted me for who I was. So it was confusing to me why a loving God would want us to fear Him and to live in fear. And over the years, it made sense to me that spiritual and metaphysical studies were never meant to be a fixed thing. How would we continue to evolve unless there was continual information being given to us to help us grow spiritually? I'm also going to share with you something else that I discovered on the mystical aspect of early Christianity, which is labeled as Gnosticism, which is a Greek word meaning having knowledge or direct knowing. Now, it's said that as the number of people who joined the Christian faith grew, the need for structure became necessary. The leaders of the religious aspects of Christianity emphasized order, ritual, and the role of the church in the spiritual life of an individual, which meant the thought of having knowledge or the mystical teachings didn't apply. And unfortunately, the leaders saw the idea of direct knowing without the church as a belief or an opinion contrary to the orthodox religious doctrine that had been written. So as the church grew in power and influence, they successfully suppressed the mystical roots of Christianity. The mystics went underground and quietly continued their work behind the scenes. This brings up the question for me that perhaps the mystics and the religious were meant to work side by side to help enlighten the world. So once I began to communicate with the angels, many of my thought processes were clarified through the loving guidance of the angels, and also led me to a deeper connection and knowing of Christ in my heart, teaching me to open my heart and to love all things with compassion and forgiveness and non-judgment. So how to look within and find the love that you are. And I believe that when you find that within yourself, you begin to change the way you see earthly life and eternal life. And I follow these teachings. And as I say in my book, Go Where They Are, God, Jesus, archangels, angels have no religion. And I'm not about religion. I am about the spiritual truth that resonates within me. So on my journey as a seeker, I have found happiness and joy. I love God. I love Christ, Buddha, angels, all the many, many spiritual light beings that have come to lead us and teach us. And I know who lives in my heart. Maybe not by a traditional standard, but the love I feel can't be faked. I do believe there are dark forces, and they will stop at nothing to rid the light. But I choose as a mystic not to live in fear. I consecrate my day to Christ's perfection and love, and as many light workers, I call in protection and Christ's light and Archangel Michael daily. You know, in looking at it and in studying and in thinking about it, Jesus was a mystic in his time. And through the years, we've met Rumi, Gandhi, Abraham Hicks, Maya Angelos, and Dolores Cannon. All of these were mystics. And, you know, there was some other information that I found on a site, and it was a wonderful article called The Christian Mystics of the Middle Ages that also gives credence to the studies that I did. And it says, to many Western Christians, words like meditation, mystic, and mysticism bring to mind Eastern religions. And I'm probably going to mess this one up, Sufism, and I apologize, or New Age belief. But, however, the mystics are part of the Christian heritage as well, and the core of Christian spirituality for some even today. So Christian mystics in the Middle Ages were mostly seeking the same thing that we're seeking, a deeper, direct, personal, meaningful relationship with God, Creator, Source. And they practiced meditations and prayers, and some of them abandoned the worldly possessions. You know, some traveled and shared their visions. And the writings of these medieval mystics opened their ideas and practices to increasingly wider audiences. So again, they were there to teach us. So I thank you to the angels and Christ and God and Creator. I'm a mystic intuitive, and I can say we are no longer underground. We are many, and we are here to spread love and help raise the vibration of humankind. We understand the mission is to find our connection to God, Creator, source of all. On our journey, we are here to share and to teach divine love for all life. And this is what being a mystic means to me. So now, I would invite you to join me in a meditation in Archangel Michael's cobalt blue pyramid and feel the love waiting for you, surrounding you and supporting you. And we'll ask Claudia to turn on a little music. And if you'll close your eyes and relax, breathing in and out very slowly, and relaxing deeper and deeper in your sacred space. Breathing in and out to your own body rhythm. Picture that you're strolling through a beautiful field of green grass. And as you're strolling, breathing in the healing of this emerald green. When you suddenly come upon a cobalt blue blanket, you lay down on this soft blue blanket, and it begins to fold up around you, forming a pyramid, creating Archangel Michael's cobalt blue cloak of protection around you. Inside the pyramid, you are joined by your own guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and many masters, and any other beautiful spiritual beings you wish to invite to go with you. Now feel your energy lift as Michael's pyramid begins to take flight, taking you higher and higher. And as you look out the window of your pyramid, you watch as Mother Earth becomes smaller and smaller. And as you go higher and higher, you leave the Earth's atmosphere and you see you are approaching the moon. The Earth and the moon represent a balance of energy for your journey. As Michael takes you deeper and deeper into space, you notice you're passing many planets. Next, you notice a bright golden light. And as you get closer, you feel the warmth, the healing of the golden energy. When you notice a beautiful, bright blue ball in the distance, and as you're looking out, you start to see that it's a planet getting closer and closer. And the first thing that strikes you is the size of this planet. You are coming into the orbit of Venus, and Archangel Michael takes you here for purpose. The energy of Venus is beauty and pure love, which lives in your heart. Venus holds no blocks, no restrictions. It simply asks you to open your heart to forgiveness, to compassion, to acceptance, and to love, beginning with yourself. It simply asks you to receive love and see the beauty of who you are. See Michael's pyramid landing, and unfolding onto a platform in space where there is plenty of air. The temperature is just right. As the pyramid begins to unfold, you are greeted by love. This is your time to receive an opportunity to connect with your own natural abilities and a chance to commune in the spiritual world, all for the purpose of receiving the love Spirit is bringing you. Allow the energy to flow through your body, through your heart. The energy of Venus is love. The energy of Spirit is pure love. Take a minute and bask in the warmth of this love that surrounds you. And through this love, you can create the shift that you desire. It is now time for you to leave the orbit of Venus. Slowly you walk back to the platform and step into the pyramid. You watch as the platform folds up around you, creating the cobalt blue pyramid. And you start to come back where you started. As you look out, you watch the earth growing closer and closer, getting bigger and bigger, closer and closer, until you gently sit down in your room and the blanket unfolds around you. For this, we give thanks to all the archangels, masters, guides, your angels, and loved ones. We give thanks to the holy ones. We give thanks to God. Now open your eyes, stretch, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and know you just received a healing of the heart space. Okay. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that beautiful meditation with Michael. And we're already halfway through our show. So our lines are open at 1-516-453-9162. Remember to press 1 to get in the queue with your question. But first, a few announcements. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, February 6th, is Angel Talk with Sue with your host, Sue Broom. And this Thursday, February 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern, is the premiere episode of The Alex Levy Show. And it'll be an interview by Claudia Barra, our founder and producer, and our new Thursday night host, Alex Levy. So make sure and take a listen and give him a big International Angels Network welcome. And then Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. UK time, February 9th, is Angelic Light with Susie Parrott. Do you believe in the Matrix? That sounds interesting. Plus free mini readings available. And then Sunday, February 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern is Mystical Connections with Claudia Ibarra and returning guest Karina Lakishmi. I'm hoping that's the way that you pronounce it. And their show will be Connecting with Mother Mary Energy. And then Monday, February 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern is Divine Guidance with Shishi O'Donnell. And join me back here next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, February 12th, with my special guest, Antoinette B. Tess, and we will be talking about the importance of healing our inner world and free angel guidance readings. And don't forget to visit our website at www.internationalangelsnetwork.com. There's so much information there. Our Spiritual Entrepreneur Membership Program. You can find out about all of our hosts and what they're up to. I know Superroom still has her course on there, Channel Writing with Mom, and this is learning how to connect with loved ones. And then again, myself and Susie Parrott with Connecting with the Angels. And let's see, let me go back and say Claudia's guest is Karina Lakshmi, I believe is the pronunciation. And that again is on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and our lines are open. Our lines are wide open. Don't be shy. And that's 1-516-453-9162, and press 1 to get in the queue with your questions, or an angel card pull, or you can ask your questions in the Blog Talk or YouTube chat room. We also take questions from there. So, again, don't forget to visit our website at www.internationalangelsnetwork.com. You can sign up to be a guest on our shows, and that would be under the guest tab, or if you want to go directly, www.internationalangelsnetwork.com/guest. Plus, we have our Esoteric Communication for 2019 blog, and you can also connect with me there at www.internationalangelsnetwork.com/Dianne, Dianne. So if you want to know more about my services, you can visit DianneMorgan.com. I offer crystal, angelic healing, angel guidance readings, mediumships, teachings, online classes, one-on-one coaching, and all these practices can be done in person or long distance. And so, all right. So, okay, guys and dolls, our lines are open, 1-516-453-9162. And some exciting news. We hit 100 followers on, I'm guessing, YouTube as of today. So we have to say congratulations to our network. Oh, on Blog Talk Radio. Thank you, Claudia. So congratulations to our network. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So tonight I'm going to be working with the Angel Answer cards and the Archangel Michael cards for anyone that would like a card pull. And right now I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for everybody out there. And these cards that I'm using are the Whisper of Healing Oracle cards by Angela Hartford. And it has this beautiful artwork on it by Josephine Wall. And I received these cards last week, and I'm telling you, they are just absolutely wonderful. And then they're all about an inner healing. So let's go ahead right now, and we're just going to pull a card for everyone to see how we're going to start. Well, it's Tuesday, but how we're going to have energy for this week. What energy are we going to have with the whispering of the angels? And the card we drew is negativity. Okay, negativity. Let's see what this card's all about. Excuse me. Negative feelings are a natural part of human experience. Grief and anger are ordinary, healthy reactions to the loss of a loved one, to someone mistreating you, or when life seems to be spiraling out of control. So when you are emotionally healthy, you can acknowledge your feelings without becoming stuck in a negative spiral. When a challenge comes along, many people have a default mechanism that automatically goes to the worst case scenario. You automatically think the worst thing that could possibly happen is going to happen. And for example, you could become overly connected, that a small mistake at work would cost you your job, or that a thoughtless comment might end a friendship. These are things that I think without even thinking about it, we worry about that. And so what this card is telling us is one of the best ways to heal negativity is to focus on the positives in your life. Now, it may take you baby steps to bring this healing about, but every thought, word, behavior has a huge impact on our overall health. And to change your thought process, you can, if you think something negative, I know for years I would say clear, cancel, delete. That's what I was taught. No, that's not really what it meant. Let's cancel that and delete that out of the universe. So, take baby steps with this. But if you're reminding yourself when you think it, and it was a negative thought, and you remind yourself to turn that around and to make it a positive thought. So you take the steps to consciously monitor your pessimism about the thoughts, the negativity that you put out there, even when you don't intend to put it out there. That's saying like, I'll never get that job. That's putting something negative about something, or that will never happen for me. You're putting something negative out there. So you have to take steps to consciously monitor this and interrupt your negative thoughts with a positive one. And it may take time, but gradually you will train yourself to let go of the negative, and you can reprogram yourself. I always say that we have all been programmed, even if we don't like to think we've been programmed, but through attunement and the masses and society and school and our parents, we tend to follow in the footsteps of our parents, or we completely go the other direction. And that's a form of programming. But you can gradually train yourself to let go of the negative, and you can reprogram yourself to be in full control of your emotions and make the healthier choice to remain upbeat and positive. So if you start to say something negative, think about it for a minute. That old cliche to think before you speak, and then think about what it is that you want to say and use something positive in the place of something negative. And I know it took me time to do this in my own life, but eventually, we get there because we're reprogramming ourselves. So, all right, let's see. Again, guys and dolls, our lines are open at 1-516-453-9162. And press 1 to get in the queue with your questions or for an angel card pull. Come on, don't be shy now. The angels want to talk to you. And you can also ask a question in the chat room on Blog Talk and on YouTube. And there's so many things that you can ask a question on that we'll be happy to pull a card for you and give you the guidance that the angels are sending you today. And what else do you want to talk about? Archangel Gabriel is here. So let's talk about communication. And do you guys know that we are coming on our 2-year anniversary, March 3rd? And we're really excited, and we really appreciate all of you, our listeners, because without you, we wouldn't be here doing this. And we're going to have a marathon, a 1-hour marathon. And I'm not really sure yet what all is going to be on that marathon, but I think you'll get a chance to talk to all of our hosts on March the 3rd, or around that date. The anniversary is March the 3rd. So that's exciting for us, where we all get together. You listen to us on each of our individual shows, but we're all going to get together, and we're going to be giving readings, and we're going to have an anniversary angel party. How about that? That's going to be exciting. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Archangel Gabriel is coming in, and he is asking me to talk about priorities and time management, that we place our priorities at the top of our to-do list, and we don't allow our inner self, our inner child to play, because we've got all these tasks that we think that we have to do, that we have to finish, and we have tasks in the day-to-day world. That old, I was saying, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water, because our lives continue to keep going, that we still have our daily tasks that we need to do. And what Gabriel is saying is that we need to take some time to manage the task, so that things that are really important to us are at the top of the list. We all need to take some self-care time, some exercise, eating healthy. Maybe you want to go to the spa. Maybe you want to take a nap. All these things are taking care of yourself, so that you can accomplish the priorities that you have in your life. But he's saying take a time out. That's what I'm hearing, is it's time to take a time out. And last year was a really rough year for everybody, and this year has started out, I think, really busy, and we're still, yesterday was new moon, so we're still in the new moon energies of manifesting. And again, the question comes up, what do you truly desire? What do you want to manifest? Had a conversation about that today, is that most of us, we really don't know what it is that we truly want. We know what we think we want, and a lot of times when we get what we think we want, it's not what we truly wanted. So, if you do the time management and take time out for yourself and visit with yourself and discover what it is you truly desire in life, what it is you truly want to do. And so I think that was the whole purpose of Gabriel coming in and talking about time management, that you can do everything that you need to accomplish, but sometimes you need to take time out for yourself. You need to refuel, if you will, and this is taking self-care. Maybe you want to take a walk. Take a walk out in nature and reconnect with nature and take a deep breath and, and just exhale and let out some stress, because, this life is stressful. And begin by making daily appointments with yourself. Put it on your calendar. Commit to it on your calendar that, okay, at this time, on this day, I've got an appointment with myself, whether it's doing nothing, whether it's taking a nap, whether it's reading a book, whether it's going to get your hair done because you haven't had time to do it, or maybe you're going to get a massage, or you're going to get a pedicure, but make an appointment with yourself. And when you see these appointments on the calendar, that motivates you to reflect. That motivates you to understand that you need to take care of yourself. You need to make appointments with yourself. Everybody else, yes, in your life is important, and everyone has priorities, and you may be having to be many things to many people, but you still need to take time for yourself. Take a breath. Maybe you want to devote some extra time to creativity. This in itself will invigorate you and renew your enthusiasm for life. So what this message to me is like, Are you feeling like you're in a rut? If you're feeling like in a rut, you need to take some time for yourself. You need to take a breath. You need to relax. And you may say you don't have enough hours in the day, and that's where Gabriel is saying, make an appointment with yourself. It's really easy. Pencil it on the calendar at a certain time, on a certain day. I've got an appointment with myself, even if you don't have anything to do that day. If you're really running crazy and everything is so hectic around you, then wouldn't it be nice to go, oh, gosh, I have an hour on this day with absolutely nothing. I can take a breath. I can reevaluate. I can do something that I've been wanting to do. You can release. And taking time for yourself is also releasing perhaps negativity, and it's important to find ways to release it. And exercise is good for that. Art is good for that. There's so many different ways that you can just take that breath, just to relax, just to think about yourself for a few minutes out of your busy day, to get clear, to take a moment and stop and think about what your intentions truly are regarding any situation in your life. And it's necessary to ensure that you manifest what you want rather than what you don't want. So writing a list, maybe you need to write a list. This may help you keep track of your intentions. And, through the list, you can identify the actions that you need to take with this. Taking time for yourself and focusing on your desire. And it may also highlight gaps in the information you currently have at the hand. You may have been thinking that there was something you wanted to do, but you haven't really had time with yourself to sit down and map it out. You've had some thoughts, but you haven't really sat there and taking that time for yourself would give you time to sit there and say, okay, this is what I want to achieve. Where are the gaps in my plan? Where are the gaps in what I want to do? So follow up with what you need to know. Again, that could be the next appointment with yourself, that you're going to do this if you're really trying to manifest something in your life. So you share your concerns and goals to those that are guiding you to spirit, and somehow you'll feel safe in sharing with them, your heart's desires and what it is you truly want. And being in the manifesting moon, I always like to remind you that Archangel Ariel, Ariel, is the archangel that helps us manifest our physical material needs for our life purpose. So talking with Ariel and asking her to help you manifest those things that you need, those things for what you want and why you want it. Have you answered that question for yourself? Why do you want it? And you can begin to access those feelings. From the feelings, the manifestation is formulated and comes into shape as you begin to understand why you want it. Is it being in service with someone? How am I going to manifest this? And talk to Spirit about it. I talk to Spirit about everything, even if I'm just sitting there babbling, and I just start laughing because I'm just talking. I'm carrying on a conversation and expressing my thoughts, my desires, my concerns. I don't like to use the word fear. I use the word concerns. Again, that's taking the negative and putting it into another form. And, when it comes to your well-being, it's vital to be clear about your intentions and your desires. It's important to have a clear picture of what you value most. And this comes into play again with the time management and taking time for yourself so that you can, I always say, air out the cobwebs, declutter the mind, and figure out what it is I want, where am I going, what is this all about. So once you know what you want and why you want it, you can begin to access those feelings. And from the feelings, the manifestation is formulated and will come into shape. Again, working hand in hand with Spirit and talking about these things with Spirit. Okay, let's see. And then, again, have confidence about it. You know, you can talk to Archangel Michael about having confidence and asking him to help you with confidence and having confidence to manifest what it is that you desire. Have confidence in your creations. You know, you're not going to please everybody, and none of us can please everybody. And what the angels always tell us is it pleasing to yourself? Are you helping someone else? Are you sharing? You know, I think if you find what makes your heart sing, then you've truly found what it is that you desire. But Michael can help you with raising that self-confidence, and perhaps he's been trying to reassure you that you have the strength and the power and the skills and the valuable things that you need for God's plan for peace for you. He's always there protecting you while you shine bright and listen to your intuition and you act upon it. And in relationships, you know, your self-assurance, he helps you with that. And so call on Michael, and he will help you. You can ask Michael to help you raise your confidence. And you can do this before you go to sleep at night. And you may wake up feeling love and compassion for yourself and for others. So have confidence in your plans and ideas. Take time out for yourself and just take a deep breath. You know, the best thing for stress, and I'm feeling, you know, there have been a lot of stressful situations around the world. The best thing for stress is to take a deep, deep breath and then just blow it out, moving that energy out of your body. And you can do that anytime and any place. And then tune in to your intuition. It's usually right on target. I would say probably 99% of the time your intuition is on target. And have faith that you're on the right path in achieving what it is you're wanting to achieve. Okay, we have Bobby Dreyer, and she would like a card pulled from YouTube Live. All right, so let's use the Angel Answer cards for Bobby. And whatever question it is she's holding in her heart, let's see what answer the angels bring to her. Bobby, we're getting get more information. And what this tells us is you don't have enough information about what it is or the situation that you're in. For some reason, it feels like a business situation. And then I'm hearing family as well, so it may be wrapped around both of those. But the situation that you're asking about requires more information in order for you to make a wise decision. So approach the knowledgeable people that you know or places that you can find more information about the topic and solicit their advice. Now, if they're friends or family members in your mind, they might have insight about the matter, and maybe that's why I heard family. So you may need to do some analytical research in order to get the data you need, and this could include, books, taking classes or seminars, gathering information from the internet, but get more information before you make that decision. Again, thank you all for joining me, and I'll be back next week. Until then, I'm sending you all so much love and blessings of light on angel wings. Have a great week. Good night, and God bless.